Shabbat Shalom. All praises, honor, and glorification unto our power. Call Halim La Alahayana wa Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations as well as health and wellness unto the hopeful elect of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai scattered across the earth. This is your brother Allah coming to you with another lesson. And with the continuation, which this video is a continuation of the latest video that was uploaded, right? So this will be part 2, right? So part 2, the Lord will pass over the elect, and this lesson is dealing with PASACH, which in Hebrew is to say Passover. And Lord willing, the elect of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai be edified, and let's resume. So I left off in the book of Exodus, the 12th chapter, and at the 36th verse. Right, so Exodus 12 and 36, and it reads, "And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians." Verse 37, I left off getting the definition of the word spoiled. So let me get that hold tight. Right, so the definition of the word spoiled. Salakia, hold tight. Bear with me. Okay, here we go. So the archaic definition, it says rob a person or a place of goods or possessions by force or violence, which, that's not really it. But right, it's the taking of goods or possessions, pretty much. Right, so verse 37, and it reads, "And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot, that were men beside children. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, in flocks and herds, even very much cattle. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened," which this is where the origin of the Feast of Unleavened Bread comes from. "Because they were thrust out of Egypt and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victual. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day it came to pass, that all the host of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out of the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel and their generations." And just like the elder, I believe that was the elder, I think it was the elder Manata Zagba from the GMS South Carolina camp. But if I'm not mistaken. But something that was said was, if you're new coming into this thing, like say this is your first year, then you shouldn't really keep it, you still have things that you have to put off and stuff like that. You shouldn't really keep it, right? Because you don't want to eat of the Passover unworthily, And let me get that scripture. Salakia, hold tight. Come on, mate. Unworthily. right, this is 1 Corinthians 11 and 29. I'll start at 27. And it reads, "Wherefore whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and blood of the Lord." Jumping down to verse 29, it reads, "For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body." Right, so continuing in the book of Exodus. Salakia, hold tight. I gotta pull it back up. Exodus 12. Bear with me. Exodus 12 and 43. And it reads, "And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof." Which brings my mind back to rehearsing the righteous acts. Because where in the hell are you going to get a full lamb? Because really you're supposed to eat it, with the pertinence thereof, so on and so forth. Pertinence, let me get that word. Pertinence come on. Salakia, pertinence definition. Come on, man. Salakia. Right, pertinence. It says, okay, here we go. It says the heart, liver, and lungs of an animal. Right, but continuing on. Verse 47, "All the congregation of Israel shall keep it, and when a stranger shall sojourn with thee and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof." Salakia, "One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass the selfsame day that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies." Right, so continuing on, let me get the book of Psalms, the 91st chapter. Right, because, in these times, once again, referring back to the title, the Lord is going to pass over the elect, right? And the elect dwell under the shadow of the Almighty, right? So that's what I want to get. Psalms 91, verse 1, and it reads, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." What's the secret place of the Most High? That's talking about this truth. And the word shadow goes into protection, right? So those that dwell under the shadow of the Almighty, Salakia, those that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Right, verse 2, "I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him I will trust, and him will I trust." Salakia. "Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence." And regarding that, the noisome pestilence are those missiles that will be shot forth during World War III. Verse 4, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and shew him my salvation. Right, so let me get this too. Right, the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, starting at verse 30, right, verses 30 and 31. And it reads, And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Right, the clouds of heaven are talking about the so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Right? Verse 31, And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Let me see something. Salakia. Okay, never mind that. Let me see. Okay, let me get Job, the 5th chapter. Salakia, I was looking for a scripture. But this is Job 5, starting at verse 19. And it reads, He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beast of the field shall be at peace with thee. Right? Let me get the book of Numbers, the 9th chapter. Numbers 9 and 1. And it reads, And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the 1st month of the 2nd year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Let the children of Israel also keep the Passover at his appointed season, and the 14th day of this month at even ye shall keep it in his appointed season, according to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof shall ye keep it. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel that they should keep the Passover, and they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the 1st month at even in the wilderness of Sinai, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses, so did the children of Israel. And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man, that they could not keep the Passover on that day, and they came before Moses and Aaron. And they came before Moses and before Aaron on that day. And those men said unto him, We are defiled by the dead body of a man, wherefore are we kept back, that we may not offer an offering of the Lord in his appointed season among the children of Israel. And Moses said unto them, Stand still, and I will hear what the Lord will command concerning you. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Lord. The 14th day of the 2nd month at even, they shall keep it and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. Verse 12, They shall leave none of it unto the morning, nor break any bone of it. According to all the ordinance of the Passover, they shall keep it. Right, so lastly, I'll end it with the book of Deuteronomy, the 16th chapter, and verse 1. And it reads, Observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover unto the Lord thy power. For in the month of Abib, the Lord thy power brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. Right, so, that's pretty much the point. With that, Lord willing, you were edified. Once again and forever, all praises, honor, and glorification unto our mighty, marvelous, and wonderful power. Call Halaim La, Alahayanawa Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone once again. Salutations as well as health and wellness unto the hopeful elect of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, scattered across the earth. See you in the next lesson, Lord willing. Wa Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Babakshah, Abba Babor. Wa Shalom, DTA soon, and stay sharp. Shalom.